Christianic CYInterview covering Las Vegas and the world. Hope you're having a great week so far. Today we're going to revisit our CYInterview with Michelle Bombshell McGee from 2010, and here it is.
This is Christianic, and you're on CYInterview.com. In recent months, Michelle Bombshell McGee became a point of media fascination. This is Michelle Bombshell McGee in her own words in our recent interview.
This is Christianic joining me today. Over the last recent months, she has gotten a lot of attention from the entertainment media world, and this is her opportunity to speak fully in her own words. Her name, you probably know by now, Michelle Bombshell McGee. Michelle, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I think we should start with this. Who is Michelle Bombshell McGee? You know, again, as I said to you before we started this interview, we've seen bits and pieces of you, but I wonder, who are you really?
That's a good question. Michelle McGee has many facets. You see me in the media as one person. You see me in the adult entertainment world as another. Really, I'm just a single mom trying to make a living, raising my kids, living day by day.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Trying to make the best of a situation, pretty much.
I think what most people have overlooked, as you mentioned, is that you are a mother. So my question is, how old are your children, and what kind of mom do you hope to be?
My children have two beautiful boys, 12-year-old and a 6-year-old. The most amazing children I could ever ask for. My future, as I see it as being a mother, is just being the best mom I can, raising two beautiful boys that grow up to respect women and make good choices in life.
You know, and besides right now at this moment in this interview, I just wonder, you know, going forward with everything that has happened with you, how do you intend to come up with some way for people to see who you really are in the future? Because you just talk about, you know, the importance of motherhood, the importance of raising two respectful young men. I mean, you know, I obviously haven't heard any of that from you, and you deserve to say that, but I just wonder, how do you intend to come up with a way maybe to show people who you really are in the future?
I'm in the works right now with doing my own show. I guess it's more of a reality documentary type show that shows my real life. I think in the media I've been really villainized, and really people have taken bits and pieces of what I've said and they turn it around and they twisted it. So pretty much it's not me. It's twisted for them to sell magazines, to sell TV shows. And so I've gotten in contact with this awesome production company that really wanted to show me in real life what I'm really like. So we did this documentary reality show type pilot, and hopefully it will be put out there and people can see the real me.
So, you know, as you mentioned, things have been twisted. What would you say are some of the things that were twisted that maybe made something not true, for example?
I think the whole homewrecker thing to begin with, that was a biggie. It's kind of impossible for me to wreck a home and wreck a marriage. When I went into it as a single person, thought I was dating another single person, I believe Jesse wrecked his own marriage, not I. I believe that marriage was doomed even before I came along. So it's really hurtful that people kind of painted this picture of me of going into Sandra Bullock's home and destroying America's Sweetheart's marriage, and I don't believe that's the case at all. Another thing that's been highly misconstrued is the Nazi rumors. Very, very hurtful. Something I don't want my kids to see in the future. I try to raise them right, respect everybody, love everybody equally. Everybody makes mistakes when they're younger, and unfortunately my mistake has continued to haunt me to this day, and hopefully I can rectify the situation and have people really see the truth about it, that I'm not some Nazi homewrecker.
Do you have Nazi or white supremacist tattoos on your body? We'll start with that.
No, I don't.
Okay, and there were reports that came out that said that you at one point had a swastika on your body. True or not true?
Very true. At one point when late teens, early 20s, I did have a swastika tattoo, very small on me, that was covered up, removed.
So at this point in time, if I were to see you in public and I looked at your body, I would not get the impression that you are not a white supremacist. I would not get that impression from you.
No, not at all. And if you actually look through my pictures, you'll see a lot of other culture influences my tattoos. I have Japanese art. I have a lot of Mexican Day of the Dead art. So a lot of my tattoos have many, many different meanings, and you will not find one white supremacist tattoo on me at all.
And one other thing on what you said earlier. So, I just, people are going to obviously find this hard to believe because of the world of Wikipedia and the world of bios and Google and everything else, but you really believe that Jesse James was not married at the point in time that you were seeing him?
I really believed him. I had no reason not to believe him. We had a conversation, and he looked me dead in the eyes and told me he was separated. What else am I going to ask for a piece of paper to prove it? I mean, we've all kind of been in that situation where we were trying to leave a relationship, leave our marriages. I didn't think to ask any more questions after he told me we're not together.
So no wedding ring? No sign of any of that?
No wedding ring. Nope.
So, when we look forward now, as you talk about this reality show and everything else, I want to go back for a minute. You grew up in an Amish family, correct?
No, that is incorrect.
You did not grow up in an Amish family.
No. This video surfaced right at the start of my situation. It was a joke interview that I did years ago, and it kind of got twisted again, and they put little inserts of it saying that I was raised Amish. But no, I was raised in a very, low-middle-class suburban family in Ohio.
And on top of that, I read on that report that you are estranged from your family. Is that true or not true?
Not true at all. I'm very close to my family.
And what did they think of everything that you went through in recent months?
They've been very supportive. My family hasn't always agreed with my body modification, but they've always supported me 100%, and we're very, very close. Even though my father still lives in Ohio, my mom lives 2 streets away from me. She sees my kids and myself almost every day. So we're still very close, and they're very supportive.
I wonder, after all the mainstream coverage and the way you were painted in that negative way by some media outlets, do you regret all this attention and the scrutiny that came with it? Do you wish you could go back in time and unwrite all this?
I do. I wish a lot of things I could take back, but it is what it is. It happened for whatever reason it happened for. I do regret people getting hurt, especially my children in the future. Who knows what they're going to read and see. I regret Sandra having to have her business obviously put all over the media. But I do have regrets, but would I do it all over again? Absolutely.
And do you still have the motivation? I read this also, so let's see if this is true. Do you have the motivation to want to meet Sandra Bullock and speak with her?
Oh, I do. I wish to apologize to her face to face. I would love to have a chat with her. So that is true.
So right before all this scrutiny came out, there was another report that you decided to sell your story, that you were coming out as the woman who had a relationship with Jesse James. Was that true?
I think that was misconstrued. Parts of it were true. I felt cornered by the magazine. The magazine was going to print a story no matter what, whether I was involved or not. They pretty much had this sex scandal already pretty much they were going to put out, and they said, do you want to be a part of it? And I really had about 24 hours to figure out whether I wanted the truth to be out or just to keep my mouth shut. And I decided yes to sell my story to the magazine so my version would come out. I knew my life was never going to be the same after they printed my name. I knew I wasn't going to be able to work, so I decided I was going to take advantage of the situation.
Because you were put in a corner and your mentality was either I'm going to get some financial compensation for this or I'm not, and this is going to hurt me either way or going to have effect on what I do in the future, so I might as well just take that compensation because what else can I do? That was basically your thinking?
Exactly. I thought of my sons first and foremost. I knew I wasn't going to be able to work, and I needed to take care of them. I'm a single mom, and they come first, so I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of.
I wonder going forward, this is just a general question, what kind of men do you think like women with tattoos? I've always been curious about that. I think everyone, different strokes for different folks, whatever floats your boat. I think you're quite a pretty woman. You have a pretty face, in my humble opinion, but not big on the tattoos. But what kind of men like tattoos?
You know what? I think it's definitely an acquired taste. working especially in the adult entertainment field, I get surprised a lot. It's the most normal guys sometimes that like girls with tattoos, and or it's the alternative edgy type of guys. You never know. I definitely think it's a taste. Some men like blondes, some men like brunettes. I don't think it's necessarily a bad type of people like tattoos or freaky people. It's just an art form, and some people appreciate it, some people don't.
Has this event affected your personal life at all? Do you think other men moving forward won't judge you based on that event if you were to date them?
Oh, I think it's always going to be in the front of someone's head. Dating has been one of my more difficult things. It's never been high on my priority list to begin with, but I always think in the back of people's minds, are they thinking, did she go and break up a marriage? Is she really like this? Can I use her for anything of my benefit? I'm always thinking what people's true intentions are. But I'm thinking that men do view me very differently now and probably going to second-guess a lot of things.
So here's a few things to wrap up with you. There was also another rumor out there that two of your favorite books were Mein Kampf and the Turner Diaries. Most people would say that these books symbolize hate, and more specifically race-related hate. Are these books favorite of yours, and is that true or not?
I wouldn't say they were favorites. They have been books I've read, and I know exactly where you got that from. Again, they misconstrued. They took out every other book that I had listed on my favorite book section as of the Muhammad Ali book, Dalai Lama. I've read many, many books. So these are two books that they've taken out of my list and blew it up out of proportion. But I've read many, many books.
Well, as you talk about, you're doing this upcoming documentary and a production thing, and just, the question would being asked as somebody who has worked in the adult entertainment industry, in recent years we've seen a lot of famous people do some kind of adult video. Is that something you're ever interested in visiting?
Adult videos?
Yeah.
No, I'm really trying to stay away from that.
Okay.
I have, my boys are getting to that age now where I don't think it's really appropriate for them to have access to that stuff. I do have a website. I do my dancing, but it's something I'm trying to get out of. It's really something that I hope that all females don't get involved with. So, no videos.
I think that there's a reality that I will say to you in closing, because just, the thing is when I look and I say to you, the fact of the matter at hand is the following. I think that there are some people who never wake up. And it seems like you have woken up, and I think I see a lot of regret there. I see a lot of, I wish I wouldn't have done this, and you're trying to make up for your past choices that you're not happy with. So my question to you in closing is that, what would you say to young girls who might be in another circumstance, whether it be getting their first tattoo, getting their second tattoo, the possibility of stripping because they think it's easy money? What would you say to girls like that?
Wow, that's a great question, because I feel very, very strongly against girls getting tattoos, anybody getting tattoos. I would urge any young person, do not tattoo your body. You will regret it. You are not the same person that you are when you're a teenager, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. Your mind will change. Do not mark your body with such permanent things. You will regret them. As of dancing, it's just such a bad thing. It's like as a drug. It sucks you in. You get addicted to that high of making that quick money, but that's all it is. It's quick money. Don't do it. It's not worth selling your body for, selling your soul. You leave a little piece of you in the nightclub every night. Each one of those customers takes a little piece of you. And I just urge any young female to not get involved with the industry. Don't do it. There's other ways to make money. Go to college.
I agree with you, Michelle. Thank you. This was just an unbelievable, honest portrayal. So my last question to you is just in closing. We've already talked about the future, but I don't know, because I'm not a medical person. Is it possible, have you considered, I understand it would probably be quite pricey, have you considered the possibility of removing some of the tattoos on your body, or is it too much of a long-gone conclusion? Have you looked into that?
Oh, yes. I've had the world's best dermatologist look at me, and because of the ink that is used, it will not come out. If I tried to get it, it would scar me. I'm going to wait for a few years to the lasers become a little bit more stronger, and I'm definitely going to try. I want to remove my facial tattoos first of all, and start working my way down. If there was a possibility for one big swoop to take them all off, believe me, I would do it. Something I hugely regret, but I pretty much said, no, it's there. I'm going to make the best of it and enjoy it.
Michelle Bombshell McGee, hang on with me. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
For CYInterview.com, I'm Chris Yandek.